Need Pokemon Go PvP coaching? Well, I'm on Metafy, so click the link on the video description. I'll take you right to my page. What's up, guys? Got a different video today. We have Element Cup coming out, and as a part of my team building examples, team building practices, I did make a team and a meta-analysis for Patreon supporters and for channel members, and that team is similar to one we're going to see today. So Element Cup, we have any Pokemon that is fire, water, or grass under 500 CP, unevolved. You might be thinking, wait, unevolved? What is the Samurott doing on my screen right now? It's kind of ridiculous. Well, I thought it was ridiculous too, but Niantic actually forgot to turn off the not evolved part of this for the first 30 minutes of the cup. So I figured I'd show you guys that this Ducklett Chinchou core is really, really strong. You can kind of put any water with it and run triple water or something like that. So I figured let's take a look at some of these fun battles and have a fun time in Element Cup, and I'd be putting out another team later on that is actually playable, because of course you can't take this team and play it anymore. Samurott not allowed at all, and later on I try Kingdra out as well. A little bit of thought process on Kingdra was what type resists grass, fire, and water, and the answer is dragon. Not too many dragon options here, but a water dragon type means it double resists 2 of the 3 types and doesn't resist grass, but is at least neutral to it. So it was pretty strong, but yeah, I did not have the Alolan Executor below 500 to have fun with a double dragon team there, unfortunately. Either way, the Ducklett Chinchou core, please let me know in the comments how you think it should be said. I've been told a ton of different things. We're gonna try and say Chinchou today, but I used to say Chinchou, like the word you. Either way, please let me know in the comments if you think I'm butchering it. Let's have a nice, friendly, fun discussion there. All right, Vulpix lead. This is what you want to see, especially on a triple water team. In this case, I'll let them throw first. And I probably should have swapped at some point here, because we do have 2 very good answers to Vulpix in the back. Samurott in this case is running Fury Cutter, Hydro Cannon, and Razor Shell. And Razor Shell just because in Little Cup everything dies so fast. Anyways, I'm going to shield this Body Slam because I think it actually might have taken me out. Either way, they're going to bring in the Cottonee, and this is exactly what I needed. I probably should have swapped earlier when my Ducklett had more HP, so I was able to take out that Cottonee. In this case, Samurott is going to deal quite a bit of damage to it before it goes down. Of course, she doesn't quite make it to the next Razor Shell, but this puts it in farm-ish range for Ducklett. And the goal here in Little Cup, of course, is to leverage energy in any way possible. I wouldn't have been able to farm them down anyways, so I will take the Seed Bomb. And it's kind of all up to Chinchou now. Chinchou will be able to get a pretty big farm here, and hopefully be able to take out this Vulpix and whatever else is in the back. Luckily, they come in with this Ducklett. I'm going to throw a Thunderbolt here. Just if they shield it, then they don't have a shield, and I can farm down. If they don't shield it, then hopefully I can just beat this Vulpix to 2 moves here. So it is getting a bit close, down to the wire, but this is kind of the advantage of running that triple water team. And I really think in Element Cup, triple water is really strong. Because you think about it, water resists fire. Yes. And water loses to grass. Yes. But with Ducklett being a flying type and also water type, that beats both grass and fire types. So you can kind of just run that Ducklett to cover your other 2 water types and have 3 Pokemon strong against fire. Anyways, Ducklett lead. I'm going to swap out right away because I want the Chinchou on it. Obviously, Samurott's not very good against Ducklett here, but I really want the Chinchou on the Ducklett. So to do that, what I need to do is make sure that I swap out. Unfortunately, they do go for the Brave Bird here, and I found a lot of people are actually just going straight for the Brave Bird. So I decided to shield in future games. By the way, I bring back in the Ducklett because I know they're probably going to switch out anyways. If they stay in, I'll have a great farm opportunity with my Ducklett on theirs. And if not, then I have my Ducklett against what is the correct answer already. So we have Wooper here. Wooper versus Ducklett is pretty good. I mean, it could be better. Wooper's just very spammy, and these Body Slams really hurt. I'm just trying to build up enough energy so that I can take out whatever comes in afterwards as well. And unfortunately, I probably should have just thrown the Brave Bird there. It would have taken out the Wooper. I wouldn't have had to worry about it. This is unlikely they're going to shield that anyways. Either way, just going to farm down. I'll have Brave Bird ready to go, and that should be able to peel the last shield off my opponent. In this case, I don't even need the Brave Bird. I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace. Get 1 shield. I'm going to go for the second Aerial Ace here. And I honestly probably should have swapped. Looking back and seeing these mistakes, swap to the Chinchou. And yeah, they're just going to Bubble Beam and swap into their Cottonee. So this game was over regardless. It would not have really mattered what had happened here. I guess I should have swapped earlier. But even then, the hard counter in the back is tough when they can just farm down and get a shield back with a Grass Knot or a Seed Bomb. Alright, Ducklett Mirror. Ducklett was by far the most common lead today, so not surprised. I ended up building a team that was kind of anti-meta against that. Unfortunately, the game did not accept my button press, so I didn't get my Hydro Cannon off versus Lotad, but it's double resisted anyways. It wouldn't have done too much damage there. And you know what? This is just more farm for Ducklett. Or is it? Yeah, because I shield, and they have Bubble Beam. I completely forgot Lotad had Bubble Beam. I kind of thought it was just a an energy ball. He pulls Ice Beam. I had no idea. Either way, Ducklett comes in. We're at 100 energy and debuffed. But this Brave Bird will still do a ton, even debuffed. And they don't shield. Unfortunately, I do have to throw my other move because my switch timer is not up yet. So I would love to get Chinchou in there. But Chinchou is unable to come in. So we're going to have Chinchou come in here, able to soak up this Bubble Beam, farm down, hopefully, and it's a Vulpix in the back, so ABB kind of paying off yet again. In these situations, you really do want to build up to the Thunderbolt, though. Bubble Beam does not do very much damage. They shield regardless, which is great, so this time I can actually show the power of the Thunderbolt. Bubble Beam here would do approximately half, but you'll see that Thunderbolt is far superior. This thing is just going to take out the Vulpix. Yeah, Bubble Beam, just a very weak move. And then, yeah, Ducklett versus Chinchou is not great for the Ducklett. Let's just put that lightly. It's kind of just the main answer. I feel like Chinchou is not a very good Pokemon in Element Cup if there was no Ducklett. But because there is a Ducklett, and Ducklett is the most common Pokemon, it becomes a top tier Pokemon. And yeah, once again, Ducklett, how many ducks, like, are these opposing players, they're just getting all their ducks in a row or something like that? That's the 3rd Ducklett in a row, if not more. Big Hydro Cannon coming out here. It does quite a bit of damage, hey? This is not bad. So this time I do decide to shield it up. And they do go for the Brave Bird, which is great. Gonna be able to hopefully damage the Seal. Seal is kind of annoying to this team. And honestly, Samurai with a full water moveset kind of gets walled a lot in this meta. But look at that Hydro Cannon. Like, Hydro Cannon as a move is just so good. And it gets to it so fast. So another big Hydro Cannon here has to be shielded, and Samurott actually wins shield advantage back. Unfortunately, I will have to come in with probably my Ducklett here to soak up some of this energy. And the reason I come with Ducklett is because I know they have their own Ducklett in the back. My Chinchou has a great matchup versus Ducklett, so we're going to take as much of this as we need to. It's fine. The energy is much more important on Ducklett than health anyways, I would say, because I should be able to leverage that into a Brave Bird. They come in with a Ducklett. Brave Bird will take them out, Aerial Ace won't. I could have also swapped to Chinchou. Probably should have, actually. Because they don't shield. And then in comes the Slowpoke. But this is a pretty good matchup for Chinchou as well. Actually go for the bait here. Just because I want to get the Bubble Beam out. Honestly, it's not even really that much of a bait. Because even if they call it... Like, look how much damage these Sparks are doing. They have to be able to take me out before I can get damage out. And it really does not... Yeah. They kind of have to shield something, but you don't want to shield the Bubble Beam, and it's really all that Chinchou has to throw here. Yeah, that is the first team, I believe. Let me just change the graphic around here. Have Kingdra as the new random water type as the safe switch here. I feel like this team works with almost any random water type as the safe switch. Seal, I think. Wooper, something like that. And another Ducklett lead. That's 4 in a row. 4 Ducklett leads in a row. So went straight into Kingdra. Kingdra can kind of pressure everything here in the meta. Except for Cottonee. That's what we see. But the goal here is to get Cottonee out of the backline. We don't want Cottonee on Chinchou anyways. Chinchou. So this is something Ducklett has to deal with. The Seed Bombs, they hurt a little bit. But if the goal is just to take out this Cottonee, it still does the job. And if they shield it, then Chinchou would get a pretty big farm. So their Ducklett's able to farm down and get some energy, but luckily I do have a wall for this. The problem is I'm likely going to get bubble beamed here. And the attack drop makes it hard to beat pretty much anything in the back. And to add to that, they're running double grass. So double grass versus triple water, pretty hard to win that, especially when your anti-grass is also a water. But not a lot of double grass teams running around yet. Cottonee lead, so this is what we love to see. We're going to stay in. And they make a catch, which they should not have been able to make. If I throw at 7, they should be stuck within the animation of their move, but it looks like I desynced a little bit at the beginning. They come with a Slowpoke, and I butcher this. I come with Kingdra, thinking that it would deal a little bit more damage, but the Confusions deal way more damage than the Dragon Breaths do, so I kind of had to throw Kingdra to the Wolves here. And yeah, Chinchou should be able to farm for the most part down. I throw Bubble Beam right before they get to their move. I don't want to spend another shield here, so I think it's better to just take down their Slowpoke. In comes Cottonee, and yeah, this one's pretty much not over, but it's not looking great. I shield up my Chinchou because I felt like it was going to be useful in the back, and it kind of was. There's a Chinchou of their own, but yeah, there's no winning this one either. I think perhaps if they didn't make that catch, it would have been a completely different story. And you throw at 7 2-turn moves versus a 3-turn move, you shouldn't be able to get caught. Fomantis, very interesting Pokemon. This is one that has a pretty interesting moveset and actually maybe kind of relevant for Element Cup, but not versus Ducklett. They swap out. In comes their own Ducklett. I hit them with the Brave Bird, and it's a Water Gun Ducklett. So I probably should have just come in earlier with the Chinchou. Now it's in a bit of a tough spot versus Fomantis. So I'm gonna no shield because I know that I have the Ducklett to take this thing out. Gonna come with the Ducklett and just farm this thing down. If it gets to a move, that's unfortunate because it'll probably deal a lot of damage. But I think double shield Kingdra doesn't really lose to anything here except for Cottonee, and it's unlikely that they're running a Cottonee at the back. So we got the Kingdra, we got 2 shields. They actually let through the Aerial Ace, which is good because if they didn't, I might be in some trouble. And then Kingdra versus Wooper is very nice matchup here. Sure, the body slams will really hurt, but that's what shields are for. 1 shield. And they are going to extend the game. During his second body slam, I wasn't sure if it would KO, honestly. Kingdra is very, very squishy in Element, or in Little Cup levels of CP. Yeah, next game, hopefully Kingdra can actually perform. Honestly, the first 2 games were a bit of a disappointment. I didn't get Kingdra to do what I wanted to do. We do have a Ducklett lead, and this is kind of the advantage of Kingdra over another water type, is you actually do pressure the Ducklett here quite a bit. Like, look at that. Ducklett's below half by the time it gets to a move. So, gonna shield up this move. It's a Brave Bird, which is great. And then in comes Barboach. Octazooka is the only move you need, honestly. Like, even in Ultra League, are people throwing anything but Octazooka anyways? This move is pretty okay. And it's going to grab a shield against almost anything in Little Cup. But we're going to let this move through. Ducklett can come in and clean up this Wooper. And you can see how this worked out well, ABB-wise. Again, we drew out the ground type for Chinchou. So it doesn't have to deal with that anymore. And if they had a... what do you call it? Cottonee, for example, wouldn't have to deal with that either. Unfortunately, they actually get to a move while I'm lagging. So I'm really hoping it's not an Ice Beam. They do throw the Mud Bomb, which is great because now I get to farm down. If they, for example, were to just keep Mud-Shotting, and I would have had to take them out before the Ice Beam. But because they chicken out and throw a little bit early, Ducklett's able to get a huge farm here and essentially just win the game by itself. Let's see. Yeah, Chinchou comes in, and that's a ton of damage from Ducklett. They actually swap out, making this game really easy for me because now Chinchou should be able to farm all the way down. Sure, they might get to a move here, but none of these moves really deal any sort of damage. And I should be able to get to 2 Thunderbolts before this Chinchou can get to or 2 Bubble Beams even. So they decide to no shield, which is the correct play considering the only way for them to win, I think, is to no shield a bait. But I realize that as well, so just a nuke. All right, next game. Vulpix lead, so this is what you want to see. Wait for them to swap out. In comes Ducklett, and yes, this is perfect. Ducklett versus Chinchou is absolutely fantastic. I let them throw their move here. I don't want to lose CMP or something like that. I don't really know who wins CMP in Little Cups, so let them throw their Brave Bird. And I'm going to be able to farm them all the way down. If they throw a Brave Bird, you can pull that off. If they don't, then you can't, unfortunately. And you got to throw Thunderbolt, or you can just farm more. In this case, I go for the Bubble Beam first, just to bait, just in case, and then I go for the Thunderbolt to take them out. So you can see the massive difference between a super effective Bubble Beam and a regular effective Thunderbolt. And out comes Wooper, and you know what? I decided to give Kingdra a go. Honestly, I didn't need to. Ducklett could probably take care of this by itself, and I would just want to see how much damage Kingdra would take. And yeah, one Mud Bomb from Shadow Wooper is an absolute killer. Very, very rough for the Kingdra, indeed. But either way, I think this is the last episode, the last battle in this video. Had a lot of fun running this team, or these teams, and unfortunately they did ban these evolved Pokemon. I hope that they do bring them back at some point. I really hope they do. But huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Could not be doing this without you guys. And if you like this kind of video, the more chill video, let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.